When I started this last series of videos, I was fairly unprepared. But for the last week or a little more, I have been going back over all the information and figuring out the details. The interesting thing to me when I started doing these figures is that if I had whatever for loop situation, this is an LLL, and I had a double dominant switch on my middle fingers, I tended to get a heart. That is, if I didn't have a double dominant switch on my index. So I began to investigate all of the different possibilities of double dominant or double moves on both index and middle finger with a double dominant on the middle finger, and here is what I came up with: 36 different hearts, because the double dominant switch on the middle finger tended to make a heart. Now in this particular video, I'm only going to do the LLL and the LRR figures. This is an LLL, and I can do a left dominant switch on the left, followed by a left dominant transfer, which is now something different, and a left dominant switch on the middle finger in order to get the bottom of the heart. And here you can see the heart and 3 strings, 4 strings actually, going through there. But it's a very interesting little heart figure, and this is the way it looks to me, and that is one of the 6 that I'm going to do today, and that was LLL, left dominant switch, left dominant transfer on the index, left dominant switch on the middle finger. I'll do LLL again. But this time on the index, I'm going to do a right dominant switch, right dominant transfer. And I'm going to do again the left dominant switch on the middle finger, and lift, and do. And here is my heart. But notice now in the center, instead of that string going straight across that I have held here with my fingers, it has a circle in the center of that heart. LLL, right dominant switch, right dominant transfer with the index, left dominant switch twice with the middle finger. LLL again. And this time I'm doing a right dominant switch and a right dominant switch. But since that isn't making the inuit hole in the center, it will be an interesting difference in the heart. And of course, a left dominant switch twice gives me the bottom of the heart. And why did I not get the heart right? I was doing something wrong. I was not paying attention. Let's do it right. Left, left, left. Right dominant switch, left, left, left. Right dominant switch, right dominant switch. Left dominant switch, left dominant switch. And there my heart is. And you can see that there is this twist in the top, which is very strange. And I will try to make that a little clearer. It's a little hard to see this one because it tends to clot itself in the center. But if I do make that heart like that, you can see that there is indeed the heart, but a kind of muddied up center of all of the other strings. And that was the LLL, right dominant switch twice on the index, and a left dominant switch twice on the middle finger. And now I go to the LRRs. The reason I chose these particular beginnings, these particular two openings, is because they limit themselves in the possible differences for the index maneuvers to three different things. So here's this LRR, left dominant switch, left dominant transfer, and a right dominant switch for the middle finger, and there again is my heart, and it again has this circle in the center of it so that you can see there's a heart with a circle, but it's different than the other heart. And if we look at the photos which I took yesterday, you can see the difference clearly, and we can begin to analyze exactly what parts of the circle are involved in the center of that heart. Left, right, right, right dominant switch, right dominant transfer, right dominant switch, right dominant switch, and again there is my heart with three lines going through it, but it will prove to be different than the one that I did before with the three lines running through it. And that difference will be interesting when we analyze it. And the last of these is an LRR and a left dominant switch, right dominant switch, right dominant switch, and there again is my heart. And if it is a weird one because it has this center which pulls apart a little bit, but that again is a different heart. There is more like what is interesting about it. You can see that there is this little wrap on the top of the heart. The center of the heart pulls itself apart, and it's rather symmetric in the way that it is going through there, but it is entirely different than the other 5 hearts that I made. And I will try to have another video session and do the 30 other hearts that I can envision, but I should think that part of those 30 different figures aren't going to form into a heart. There's going to be some sort of a mess up in the center, which should be interesting to figure out where it is and why it doesn't form the heart. Because what I'm trying to do is to take all of the different openings and to have some sort of a similar figure, which results so that you can see the differences of the way the figure puts itself together in terms of which parts of the circle touch each other, so that a mapping of what is happening can be attempted.